Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia Adam. I'm a Vedic astrologer and psychic medium. So today we are going to talk about the upcoming week from the astrological perspective, Sidereal Vedic Astrology, between 31st of January until 7th of February, okay? You can take it for 1 week from now. Again, as usual, I will divide my explanation into several parts, and the timestamp will be in description box along with my details if you're interested to book a personal reading with me. Okay, so what's going on during this week? In fact, there are not much happening. The only thing that I would like to talk about first and foremost is we have Venus and Saturn. Okay, let us talk about this combination first. So Venus is actually the ruler of the second house and the seventh house in Kalapusha Kundali, all right? Having Venus sitting with Saturn, you might somehow sense that the Venusian energy will kind of limited or restricted during this time because of Saturn, right? Although Venus is already front of Saturn, like Venus is 11 degree today, Saturn is still in 1 degree of Aquarius, but still you will feel some sort of slowness or stagnation with natural significator of Venus. So what is significator of Venus? Relationship, partnership, love, affection, finance, money, business. So maybe let's say, for example, you're feeling that during this 1 week, your partner's kind of a bit cold with you, or you feel that the relationship is not really unfolding in the way how you want it to be. There can be some stagnation if you're waiting for something. Same thing for business, same thing for money. If you have a business, you have a venture, stock market, it can get a bit slow during this week in particular, all right? Until Venus moved to Pisces, I believe, in the second week of February, all right? So Venus and Saturn, they are not enemies to each other. I mean, Venus is actually the guru of Shani, okay? So Shukra, he's the one who teach Shani, but it doesn't mean that this is a bad combination. But Saturn is always connected to restriction and limitation. So whatever Venus want to give, it's somehow limited. So perhaps you need to really limit your expectation if you have been waiting for something or you are waiting for some progress during this period, okay? Because it might take a bit longer until Venus move to Pisces, right? That's for Venus and Saturn. However, Venus and Saturn together, they are good. If you are actually looking forward to start a new business, to start a new venture, proposal, starting something new during this period, it can be good. Although it might gives you some time to build up into certain level, but the foundation or structure, or whatever you will initiate during this period, it will be strong and good enough because Saturn is with Venus together. They are a really good combo though, right? So this is one point I would like to talk about. And yeah, we have here, by the way, Moon and Mars together today. And I think they will be together until early morning of 2nd of Feb. This combination, it might indicate some sort of collectively, we will feel a bit stressed, a bit overwhelmed, or kind of worried when it comes to finance, when it comes to money, okay? And also stability of a family. Moon and Mars together can give us energy of anxious and kind of depressed, of things may not really going well or not really unfolding in the same way how we want. So people who have activation right now of Moon as Moon Mahadasha, Antardasha, Priyantradasha, regardless of the Ashtak Varga, Moon gives to Taurus house, because it's with Mars, it can really give you some mental and emotional turbulence in the next 2 days. Okay? So you have to be careful. Yeah. So yeah, this is just a small note about Mars and Moon together. So another thing that I noticed here is that during this time, at the moment, we have Jupiter and Venus, both of them are actually in the same degree of 11 degree. So there is a theory or concept said when two planets are in the same sign, in the same degree, in the same degree, they are activating each other naturally. And because Venus is actually 12, okay, let me see this. Yeah, okay. So actually, because Jupiter is far away from Venus, it's naturally in the 12th house, and Venus is already in the 11th house. They're kind of connected. It shows that there can be some sort of losses we might witness or we might hear in the next few days. Losses of companies, maybe they lost their share, they lost their whatever, like stock market thing. Some people you will start to hear some nag and complain about the economy and whatnot. This shows a very strong period that you should not do any type of expenditure, at least until 3rd of Feb. Do not do any type of expenditure, like a big amount of expenditure. Do not do like a big amount of transactions. Do not initiate anything in particular between now until, let's say, 2nd or 3rd. The safest is a 3rd, okay, of February. Do not do it because it might cause some losses. As I already explained before, Jupiter in Pisces, it's in his vacation house. So that means it won't give you that much strength. Jupiter is just in its own sign. It is own, how can I say, consciousness about spirituality, about being with God, and so on. So you cannot really link Jupiterian energy right now with the material world. So as if like Venus right now does not have a support. So both of them being in the same degree, it activates some sort of losses might happen in next few days. Okay. So if you are actually working in the stock market or working in, I don't know, in business in general, you have to be careful with your expenditure. All right. During this whole week, but in particular next 2-3 days. Okay. So this is one point I wanted to emphasize. And then we gonna have actually a full moon. I believe it will be on 6th of Feb. Let us check it out. 6th of Feb. Okay. 6th of Feb. Yes. So we have moon here, sun here. We're going to have the first full moon in 2023 will occur in the sign of Cancer. All right. So what does that mean? Moon here is excellent in the very house, in the very, very strong placement, right? Because it's an Amula Trikona sign of moon itself. And then sun is actually can be considered as exalted, although sun is exalted in Aries, but still can be considered as exalted. And it's giving a dikbal, that's mean the directional strength of sun. It's in the 10th house, naturally in Kalakush Mandali. So when sun and moon, both of them are very strongly set, and then a new moon or full moon happen, it means that there can be some significant and changeable significant change might happen in this full moon when it comes to the authority, power, and finance. When it this or against, we have our mental and emotional security. Perhaps there will be a trigger where we need to really figure out way how we can balance between the changes that happen in the economy and money-wise, finance, and how we can really put that in order so we can have a comfortable life or we can feel mentally and emotionally settled. There is a strong kind of trigger, especially if you have planets or they're activated in your Cancer or Capricorn axis. Will be very, very significant. because it really might trigger, like, I have to create a balance between money and family, between money and my relationship, between money, my income, and really what it makes me feel comfortable or gives me peace of mind. All right. However, I will create a different post on this, like an article about what you're supposed to expect and how you can really prevent yourself and do some precaution in next few days for sure. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it for this week. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening, and wishing you to have a wonderful and beautiful week. Take care.